Guys, holy moly! What a time to be on the internet, and especially a Marvel fan, with the mind-blowing reveal of... Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Film Buzz, where today I'll be recapping some of the major reveals and highlights from the Marvel Studios San Diego Comic-Con panel, alongside my own thoughts and opinions on what they unveiled and what it'll mean further down the line in the MCU as a whole and its future. But with that out of the way, the Marvel Studios panel started out with Deadpool taking over the first few minutes of the panel, since it was the film's opening weekend as San Diego Comic-Con was going on when the film debuted. Which also some lucky fans being able to watch the film in its entirety with the cast of the film alongside with some special guests joining them, which I should also now probably mention that. You should check out my video on what I thought about the movie, but anyway, following Deadpool starting out the panel, it was followed shortly by the cast of Captain America Brave New World, and surprising the audience with an exclusive clip showed only to the audience that attended the panel, that people that attended described as a scene where General Ross, played by Harrison Ford, transformed into the Red Hulk in front of the White House, Wallace giving a speech that seemed to appear at the end of the official trailer of Brave New World, with a slightly extended preview of it. And with that Giancarlo Esposito's role in the movie finally being unveiled, that he will be playing the King of the Serpent Society, Sidewinder. And oh yeah, Harrison Ford transformed into the Red Hulk in front of the audience, with a Marvel bringing back practical effects for its audience attending these panels and just putting on a show and a good time for the audience. Following the Captain America Brave New World panel, the cast of the Thunderbolts movie showed up to promote their upcoming movie, with David Harbour being the one only out of the cast wearing their new costume, and then proceeding to show an exclusive new look at the Thunderbolts movie, with people who attended the panel noting that the major reveal of the exclusive look was that they finally showed who bought the Avengers Tower in New York, appearing to be Valeria, who will be behind of it all, bringing in the cast of unlikely heroes and doing her dirty work. But other than that, no other major announcements came out of the Thunderbolts panel, and with that, following the Thunderbolts' panel, the cast of the upcoming Fantastic Four film showed up to Comic-Con to announce that they will begin shooting for the film this upcoming week. And with that, our first new look at concept art of the retro-futuristic version of their own New York, described as a retro-futuristic of the 60s, is way different from our main MCU New York. And with that, the audience attending the panel also got an exclusive first look at Galactus, the big bad of the film, alongside some concept art from the film and some clips from the cast's audition tapes for the roles that were sadly once again exclusive to those attending the panel, which I really wanted to see the sibling dynamic between both Vanessa Kirby and Joseph Quinn, playing Sue Storm and Johnny Storm. But that wasn't even the biggest reveal from the Fantastic Four panel, because they also unveiled a new title for the Fantastic Four movie, now going by Fantastic Four First Steps, which can be led up to speculation, and that also to expect the Fantastic Four to be returning for both upcoming Avengers movies. And also, did you see the Fantastic car flying around Hall H and picking up the cast? But anyway, Kevin Feige walked up once again on stage to drop a bombshell on the panel that the Russo brothers, who previously directed all three Captain America movies with Chris Evans in both Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, will be directing both of the upcoming Avengers movies, beginning with Avengers Secret Wars, releasing in theaters May 2027. So start marking your calendars, ladies and gentlemen. But that wasn't even the most surprising bombshell dropped throughout the Marvel Studios Comic-Con panel, because not only did they also unveil the new title of Avengers 5, now being titled Avengers Doomsday, which was previously named Avengers The Kang Dynasty, which seemed to be scrapped at this point due to the Jonathan Majors situation, and the audiences not resonating with Kang and Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, and with that drastically changing the trajectory of the previous plans Kevin Feige had in mind with the MCU, and the whole actor strike that also occurred, which led to delays and cancellations of future MCU projects, which finally ended with the biggest bombshell of the panel with what seemed to be a desperate but very exciting announcement that Robert Downey Jr. would be returning to the MCU, but not as Iron Man, but as him taking on the persona of Victor Von Doom and being the big bad moving forward in the MCU. Which, now that I think of it, do you guys remember that one iconic Harvey Dent quote from The Dark Knight? That,
You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
but anyway, getting back on track, this announcement seemed like a very desperate move from Marvel to get butts back into theaters with a recognizable marketing face like RDJ, which I gotta admit, I'm very excited that he's coming back. But I'm also seeing both the pros and cons of the situation. Like, oh yeah, why would you bring back RDJ? And he had the perfect send off in Endgame with him sacrificing himself to save the universe. But I'm also naively curious to see how they'll pull off this, because you have to remember that they build up to Thanos in Infinity War over the course of 10 years by planting the seeds of his eventual storyline early on in the MCU's lifetime, and they had already started planting Kang's storyline throughout most of Phase 4 of the MCU, which feels pointless at this point, which they have to restart and once again rush to build up to this brand new big bad of the franchise, which I still have my doubts, but there is no way they're going to cram that much storytelling that Thanos had over the course of 10 years within the next 3 years. Oh, yeah, and did I also mention that both Avengers movies are basically set to release a year apart from each other, with Avengers Doomsday releasing May 2026 and the Avengers Secret Wars releasing May 2027? Like, there is just no way they're going to cram that much storytelling in such a short amount of time. But hey, only time will tell. But with that comes the end of the video and some of the key highlights of the panel and big announcements that were dropped throughout. And I'd like to hear your thoughts on the panel and what you thought about this year's Comic-Con panel for Marvel Studios, and especially Robert Downey Jr.'s return to the MCU. Thank you once again for checking out my channel and being here. Be sure to like and subscribe for more if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like this, because at the end of the day, I'm a fan just like you, watching and get eagerly excited about these sorts of announcements. And also be sure to look out for my short but quick DC Studios panel recap that got unveiled, because I'm a little late to the party but would still like to cover it. But as always, take care.